Hey everybody, good evening. Today is July 18th, 2018. My name is Derek, and in this video I'm going to teach you about the language of Gematria. Gematria, also pronounced Gematria, or if you just saw this episode on television last night, I forget which show it was, they called it Gematria. That was a new pronunciation. But anyway, Gematria is the ancient practice of coding numbers into words. It originated in the ancient Babylonian, Greek, Hebrew cultures, and it's kind of a well-kept secret here in the United States of America and the rest of the world that English is actually built on Gematria as well. And this study is not just built on one cipher. There are 4 base ciphers, and I'll get into why in a second. These ciphers are extremely logical, very simple, and easy to get your head around. The first 2 up top are the alphabetic order and the reverse order, A through Z, 1 through 26, or you can reverse the order, Z1, Y2, X3, all the way through A is 26. The reduction methods are related. You simply use the rules of numerology to reduce each double-digit number to a single digit. And with these 4 base ciphers, we're able to see how Gematria is geometry within the language. Geometry sums to 108 both forwards and backwards if you use either the ordinal or reverse ordinal cipher. Think about a couple in love. You need love to make a marriage work. The word love sums to 54 forwards and backwards. And it's a beautiful thing, isn't it? Now going back to the number 108, the sun is said to be about 108 times the width of the earth and 108 times its own diameter from the earth. The moon has the same property. It's 108 times its diameter from the earth. So isn't it interesting that in this language of Gematria, full moon equals 108 both forwards and backwards? So in this video, I'm going to talk to you about how the mainstream media uses Gematria to code its propaganda. When I say mainstream media, I'm also referring to the wealthy elite class that is basically at war with the lower classes, attempting to divide them, because without those lower classes, it cannot continue to support its lavish lifestyle. So part of what they do is, like I said, divide the public, have them talking about racism. Everyone can agree that racism is wrong, but when they give us stories like this, it's like, how wrong is the racism? You still get people to bicker because we're talking about this guy who made racist comments 6 or 7 years ago. Either way, it's all about getting people arguing, and I saw it this weekend too when people were talking about what Trump said to Putin. All to divide the lower classes. So let's talk about how this applies to this case. And just for starters, consider that Josh Hader wears number 71 for the Milwaukee Brewers, my home team, a team I used to have a lot of love and passion for, but now I see what's going on. So he wears number 71. His full name is Josh Ronald Hader. If you go to the calculator and look at the full reduction method, this is also called Pythagorean Gematria, the name Josh Ronald Hader sums to 71. Just like the number on the back of his jersey. And all the talk about the All-Star game has to do with Josh Hader. Never mind what happened in the game. The first thing you see here up on Google is Brewers All-Star Josh Hader avoids suspension. He's going to attend sensitivity training. And I mean, this guy could be a whole new person, from 6 years ago. He should feel ashamed of what he said, but to assassinate his character is overkill. So All-Star game, that's when he's made the news. And in the reverse reduction method, All-Star game also equaling 71. This man's name summing to 71, and he wears number 71. Now, we're not only talking about numbers and letters, we're also talking about dates on the calendar. And this is incredibly important to this study as well. When you pay close attention, you find that the numbers we get from the words and letters are similar to the numbers we get when we measure between dates. Now, in this case, you don't even need a measurement. Josh Hader was born on April 7th, 1994. Here in the United States, where baseball is the national pastime, April 7th is written 4/7. In Gematria, the name Josh Hader using the reverse reduction method equals 47. Josh Hader was born in Millersville, Maryland. In that same method, Maryland sums to 47. And think about what he's now majorly known for by most people. He's a racist, which sums to 47. And it's because of his activities on Twitter, 47. So think about it. Josh Hader from Maryland, a racist on Twitter. And he was born on 4/7. These are not coincidences, folks. This is how we're being mocked by these motherfuckers. By the way, Maryland also sums to 88. That's the same as Josh Hader using the standard alphabetic order, where A is 1, B is 2, all the way through Z is 26. But we're talking a lot about the number 47. And this was a number that was attributed this past Monday. Real quick, I just want to talk to you about Jewish Gematria. This is also called Latin. It's based in the original Latin alphabetic order with the more modern English characters placed at the end. And as I commonly say in just about every video, I think this is the most significant cipher, due in part to the fact that you get really large numbers, leaving less room for coincidence. So consider that Donald Trump equals 470, met with the leader of Russia, which sums to 470. And this language of letters and numbers and dates on the calendars also built around dates of total solar eclipses. And isn't it interesting that those two met 47 weeks and 0 days after the total eclipse? Total eclipse equals 47. This 47 number is incredibly important. A total eclipse being the most significant marker in time. And in the standard alphabetic order, time equals 47. The sun travels 47 degrees between tropics throughout the course of the year. So this number is super special. On the Freemasonic compass, it's set to 47 degrees. And of course, Freemasonry and baseball very closely intertwined. So this number 47 is very significant. But I want you to think about this. Josh Hader's birthday, April 7th, that's the 97th day of the year. And think about how he was talking about gays. The word homophobe equals 97. So he's got the perfect date of birth for this story. So we saw how in the reverse reduction method, Twitter equals 47, right? Well, in the standard reduction method, which may be a little bit more significant just because you don't have to do anything with the cipher first, Twitter equals 34, right? Now, Josh Hader, born in the year 1994, notice he has a life lesson number on his birthday of 34. So he's born on 4/7 with a date numerology of 34. Twitter equals 47 and 34. So he came in and blew the game, basically. It was tied at the time. He gave up a 3-run home run to Gene Segura. And check this out. We're talking about Twitter equals 34. Gene Segura was born on March 17th, 1990, meaning that on the date of this game, he was exactly 340 months old. Now, in numerology, these zeros get dropped. They don't represent anything. So once the result is arrived at, you can drop the zeros. This represents a 34. Again, Twitter equals 34. Josh Hader, born on a date with 34 numerology. But that's not all. When we look at the English ordinal gematria of Gene Segura, again, just using the alphabetic order, the most basic cipher, Gene Segura sums to 101. And if you measure from Josh Hader's last birthday to the date of the game, it was exactly 101 days. Also worth mentioning that Gene Segura's birth numerology, 3 + 1 + 7 + 90, you get a 101 there as well. And this number 101, this is something we see in sacrifice rituals. If you go back on my YouTube channel and watch some of my more recent videos, you'll see I talk a lot about the crucifixion code. See my post on Ray Emery in my video too. I also have a post on the Google Doodle that you have up today, all about eclipse sacrifices. In the Bible, Jesus was crucified under a solar eclipse, and the Bible is where we get this code of letters and numbers from. The name Jesus Christ equals 101 with all reduction exceptions. In reduction, Jesus also equals 11. But the name Jesus Christ equals 43 in reduction, right? And this is weird because, again, the media does this all the time. They constantly relive the killing of Jesus over and over and over again. That's what most of my work is centered around, is exposing how this code is in operation. So the name Jesus Christ equals 43. So does the name Josh Hader. And here Hader is being essentially crucified in front of the masses. And about this number 43, if you measure between the birthdays of Gene Segura and Josh Hader, you get exactly 4 years and 3 weeks. A lot like the number 43. Josh Hader, Jesus Christ, both 43. So Jesus died at age 33 in the Bible. And it's the New Testament that talks about the story of the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. Using the alphabetic order, this sums to 303, a lot like 33, the age he died at. And the 33rd degree of Masonry is the highest degree. Masonry equals 33 in reduction. The date of this game had double numerology of 33 with multiple calculation methods. And worth pointing out too, you might think this is silly, but look at where Josh Hader comes from, Millersville, Maryland. The MM coding is kind of a backhanded way of coding a 33. If you turn MM sideways, you get a 33. But never mind that. 33 has factors of 3 times 11. Josh Hader was 3 months, 11 days after his birthday on the date of this game. And as far as the number 33, this game was played in Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. equals 137, which is a prime number. It's the 33rd prime number. So the game on a date with double numerology of 33 in the home of Masonry. And it just fits the bill. So to start capping this video off here, just a couple more things about these names, right? The name Hader. And just think about this. I mean, his name is Hader, and now he's in trouble for being a hater of blacks and gays. I mean, just think about how ridiculous this is without the numbers. And then you look at the numbers and realize, oh my goodness, Hader sums to 99 in the reverse alphabetic order. That's the same as the team he plays for, the Brewers, 99. And this is a story about racism. Racism equals 99. Also notice how racism equals 27. That's the same as the name Hader, 27. Another interesting thing about this too, call this a coincidence if you want, but racist tweets equals 162, alphabetic order. Think about how the number 162 is related to baseball. They play 162 games per season. Major League Baseball, using the alphabetic order, 162. In the reverse order, just the word baseball equals 162. So this is a really special number. So I find it funny that a baseball player is the one who's accused of making racist tweets. And this game did have a date numerology of 62, which I normally wouldn't relate to 162, but you can't get 162 date numerology yet. It's going to take a long time down the road in the century. So one last thing. The media codes their stories accordingly as well, right? They'll pick out certain quotes. They'll choose certain words for the headline. I want you to look at this quote that stuck out. This is the one that I saw littered around the most media outlets. It said, "I'm ready for any consequences." And in Jewish Gematria, this sums to 1707. Think about the date of the game, the 17th of July, 17-7, as it's written in most parts of the world. And that's what it's all about. Numbers and letters, dates on the calendar. All right, so there you have it, guys. I mean, like I said, the fact that a guy named Hater, whose nickname is Haterade, is drinking the Haterade, being a hater of blacks and gays. Completely not a coincidence, but that's how it goes. And just to show you more about media coding while we're still here, let's pop open the ESPN article and just run the Gematria on the headline. So the headline here sums to 450 in reverse reduction. And remember how I said zeros are dropped? The word racism equals 45 in reverse reduction. Let's see. Okay, we got a Rolling Stone article. Oh, look at this. Reverse full reduction, 330. What number was I just talking about over here? The 33. I mean, this game had a lot to do. The date, numerology, the location of the game, the number of days from Hater's birthday, all having to do with 33. Well, let's find one more. Oh, look at this Jewish Gematria, the one that I said is most important. Jewish Gematria 8008. This is a story about Josh Hader, 88. He's from Maryland, 88. All right, guys, this is what's going on. Learn about Gematria, spread the fucking truth, and end this bullshit already. All right, everyone. God bless. And keep seeking and speaking that truth. Peace.